Well, the first snows have touched down in proximity to my shelter. Nothing crazy yet, but you can just see there's been a little bit of snow. There's sort of snow rain falling today, but nothing's really sticking. And as actually expected, this depression here that used to be my fire pit has now become my water hole. So I suppose you lose one, gain another. So we'll have to figure this out. I'm probably going to have to fill this in, but I say this is the groundwater just moving through it. I say this is one place, if you're in the woods here, you're never going to die of thirst. There is just an abundance of water around you. I'm just starting an upside down fire here, and we'll see how it runs. I've got some dry wood here. These logs are something that I just cut a widowmaker up and built a platform out of that. We'll see how that all goes. But yeah, it's going to be another relaxing day in the woods. You know, you have to do put a bit of work in here. It's not always walk up and sit on your ass. I'll have to harvest a bit more wood, I guess, in a bit. This wood isn't the driest, but you know, it's dead wood, so it should dry it fairly quickly. It felt fairly light. You know, it wasn't one of those heavy sodden logs that you pick up. You know, you're just picking up tap water, really. Anyway, that's where we are for the moment. I'm going to just do a bit of work on this fire and sort out the shelter, but I've got the awning up because I think this fire is going to be too hot to, you know, normally I could put it out to about here. We'll just see how this all pans out. But yeah, another day in the woods having fun. Alright, so there's a good core fire going inside here again. And let me see if we can get through the smoke. This timber that's been stacked up on the side here is still pretty wet, so this is kind of like a continuously feeding fire, except that it's drying. So as you know, the sort of next piece of line dries out, you know, we kind of move it in depending how the first one's burnt. So this is kind of like, you know, this is feeding it, but at the same time this dries, feed, dries, feed. And that's how you kind of get your wet wood fires to keep going. And not worry about really having wet wood, because if you can get a core fire going, then it just becomes a drying rack. And as you can see, that's a good core fire going there. And I've just got to keep on feeding this. I mean, I can put the wettest wood on here. Obviously I'm not going to. I'm going to try and find what I can, find some bit of standing dry. You can see some of this wood is still, you know, there's a bit of core damp, but you know, the centers are still pretty good. So in a lot of cases you're really just trying to burn off this this moisture on the outer sort of layer of the timber. It's a bit smoky at first, but you know, we had to get some warmth. And this will become a good cooking fire in a bit. It's not the hottest fire at the moment, obviously, with, you know, a lot of the heat's been reflected back onto all of this. But I say this is going to be a good fire in a bit, so this isn't any reason to get upset or start rethinking your fire. It's just the way it goes. I say everything here is pretty wet, but you can see here it's already drying out. A bit of an ember there. Yeah, so we're in pretty good shape. Okay, come on, stay. So the fire's going great, nice and warm here. I'm just going to take a break. I've been working since I got here. Enjoy the fire a little bit, let this burn down a bit, and then get some lunch on the go. I didn't use up too much of the wood in my wood pile. I went and harvested some from outside, try and leave this as untouched as possible. Let's say everything's alright. Pretty comfortable, pretty warm. Yeah, there's nothing that beats a decent campfire on a cold day like this. Good for the soul. Most of the snow that was here this morning has melted back. I dare say we'll get another dusting pretty soon, but I say it's been fairly warm. The sun's come out and a bit of blue sky. And everything is just so soaked out here. This is crazy. Yeah, bit of snow slip on those trees. But it won't be long before the heavy falls arrive, and then we'll really see what it's like out here. So I've just dug a little channel here from where this water is seeping out, and it's now moving away from our fire pit. So I reckon I'll just fill this in with dirt, some rocks, and then just keep on building the fires where they used to be. It's already draining itself out a bit. Yeah, I'm just saving the timber that didn't burn through. I'm heading out now, so yeah, this all seems to be working alright. That's pulling the water away pretty well. Alright, just put the fire out and then we're out. And here it is. A little bit of a snowfall, just a bit. Alright, I'm going to make my way out here. Quite a bit of snow coming down now. Oh well, there we go, walking.